Hey y'all, what's up? Big Wooly here, and welcome back to episode 2 of our Prison Escape Beginnings Let's Play. So, we made it through a bunch in the first episode. We kind of stopped right before we got into sieves, so today we're going to make some dirt, we're going to get through sieving for materials, get into hopefully some iron and some redstone and things like that. Just dire things, it looks like, it's on the horizon. Looks like a lot of fun, so without further ado, let's get into it. All right, we got a few of these sophisticated storage chest upgrades. So we're going to make one of our chests a sophisticated storage chest, which really doesn't do us any good right off, other than we could probably link it to our storage, to our applied energistics, if we get that far today. So one thing I did do in between was take a look at this. So if we go in here to Y, we can change it to row or column or fill, circle, copy, grid. There's lots of features to this wand, but I just put it on row or column with no limit. And what it allowed me to do is to place down a bunch of cobblestone that I had in my inventory by laying the first row down, and then it'll just copy and paste them, kind of like the other wands we're used to. Definitely does speed up the process of hammering down materials, which we're going to need to do for our sieving today. So another thing we need to get into is food. It gave us some raw pork chop, and I think I just used the last of our cobble to make more gravel that we didn't necessarily need. Oh, what's this? Hey, there is a room in here with an alarm on the roof and some more of those lights. Interesting. Maybe we can use that for storage or something. I don't know. I'm not real sure how the gameplay goes. I literally have only watched their first 2 episodes, and I probably won't watch any more now that I'm playing in the world. So do we have cobble left in here? No! All right, I've got to go punch the ground for some cobble. I'll be back once I have enough cobble to make us a furnace. All right, we're back, and there were probably some of you screaming at your monitors or phones or whatever, but yeah, there was cobble in there the whole time. I punched dirt for 2 minutes for absolutely no reason, but that's okay. We are all human. So there we go. We've got ourselves a furnace. That means we can start taking some of these logs here. I don't know, let's start with nice little 8, I guess. Actually, we'll do 9 because we'll use, what, a plank to smelt the first ones? Is a plank enough for 1 piece? I think so, right? We'll see. Oh, a plank does more than 1. Nice. There we go. Put our first piece of charcoal in there to make us some more charcoal. And then once we have more charcoal, we're going to cook up those pork chops we've got so we can refill our hunger. Now that food is solved and out of the way, oh, it gives us coal. Heck yes. All right. Oak barrel and an oak crucible. That's going to get us dirt and water going. Those are both things we need to get going with. We're going to need some planks. We're going to need some slabs. Not real sure how many of each. So let's just, I don't know, make a couple of each. And then we can take all of this and put it in there. And now, if we are, oh, crafting station covers our bookmarks. Dang it. Is our GUI scale off? Can we fix that? Video settings, GUI scale. Oh, it's on 5. I like 3. Let me know in the comments if 3 doesn't necessarily look the best on the platform you're on. I mean, I don't know that I'll change how I play, but it makes it where I have the real estate I need to play. I could probably go one size different, but I like it like this. So there we go. There is our oak barrel. Our oak crucible is just some logs and a slab. These 2 things are going to allow us, with the use of a torch. Can we make a campfire yet, actually? We probably can, but we can't make flint and steel to light it, I'm guessing. No, we need coal coke. Oh, so we're going to have to get into coke bricks in order to get into a campfire. All right, so we're a little ways away from a campfire, but we can make a torch. So our torch can be our heat source for our crucible. Let's put a torch down. Let's put our crucible on it. And then now if we fill this with leaves, right, that's going to make water for us. And then if we take the oak barrel and put it down, this is going to make dirt when we fill it up. So we'll let that progress, and we're going to have to make, what is it, 64 dirt? I wonder if we can hopper in and out of this. That would be useful, but we don't have iron yet. Okay, so we need to work on iron next, but there are those 2 quests. Oh, it gives us wooden hoppers, so we have hopper access before there. Wooden buckets. Wants me to make a wooden water bucket. So is a wooden bucket just what you'd think? Nope, those are bowls. So how do we make a wooden bucket? Logs. Interesting. Okay, cool. I'm all right with that. And then do we have water yet? Not yet. Is that going to be enough? Let's fill it with some more leaves. And there's some dirt. Heck yeah. All right, I bet we can hopper in and hopper out of this one. So after this progress, we will see about setting up some hoppers in and out of this. Maybe we can hopper into, since these chests aren't being used for anything. Did we put those other chests in here? No. All right, let's take these 2 chests. Get my axe back. All right, we're going to take, well, we can leave that chest. All right, we're going to get our dirt, take our oak barrel, and if we take a wooden hopper and we go like this, and then we set the oak barrel on top, and then we put another wooden hopper into the top of it. Well, it'll go into the side. Will you put leaves in? Oh, you do. It's slow, but I don't care about slow if it's automated. Let's see if this will pull dirt out for us. If so, that is amazing. Oh, heck yeah. There we go. All right, so we just need to keep this full of leaves, and we need how much dirt for our quest? We need 25 dirt. So we have 8 so far, 9. Let's put that in there. We're definitely going to need more leaves. We have our sapling grower we got at the end of the first episode. So let's grow and cut down a bunch more trees, all right? So I'm going to sit here and cut us down a bunch of trees using our sapling grower to grow them. And I'll be back once we have enough leaves for our dirt, okay? Okay. All right, I think we've got enough going in here to get us our 25 dirt. I will say, as a quick reminder, while you're the early game in here, I don't see much of a way for us to get saplings back, but we can get them from sieving once we get there. So just careful not to run yourself out of saplings or have them fall into the void. You know, monitor your usage of saplings. You can actually compost saplings too, but there's a reason they tell you to do leaves, is 1 grow of that gets you way more sapling or way more biomatter than saplings do. So just keep an eye on your saplings in the early game until we get to the point where we've got sieves and saplings are renewable for us. All right, while this is working up to our 25 dirt, let's take a look at those sieves. So we're going to need an oak sieve. It wants us to make 4 of them, so that's going to be 16 planks and then 8 and 4 of the others. Okay, so we need more planks. And that's enough of those, and we have enough of everything else. So it is 2 and 2, and then 2 and 2, and our plank in the middle, and then we can wheel click to balance the grid, and that'll give us our 4 sieves. Hooray, more materials to sift. Ooh, we can sieve compressed materials with the compressed sieve. Heck yeah, but we need iron first. So let's go take a look at string mesh now that we can make it. It is just 9 string. Cool. Do we have enough to make? We don't even have enough string to make all the stuff for all the sieves. How many does it want us to make? Just 1. Awesome. Flint mesh. What does that take? Upgrade the mesh with flint, and it gave us that block, so we can, in theory, skip straight to that. Let's make sure we don't need... It doesn't look like we need to do anything just off of that mesh. Let's see. Where do these come from? They come from both. And we can only just get more stuff. It's not like we lose anything. Okay, so we can go straight to flint mesh with the flint they gave us. And if we do 1, 2, 3, 4, and we balance it, that'll give us 2 flint meshes for free. With 1 flint left over, we can make a flint and steel. So these meshes should work like every other pack. You can use a bunch of them at the same time if they're touching, and then you just got to have the materials you want to sieve. So let's start with some gravel. probably going to need more than this, but we have more in our chest over there. All right, look, we've already filled our inventory with new stuff. I'm just going to put things into storage for us. Oh man, I can't hear game sounds because I don't have my headphones on. Let me put those on. I hope nothing has been super loud for you guys while I was headphones off. I had to go AFK for a minute in between these two, and I completely forgot to put them back on. All right, gravel, here we go. We are going to gravel it up. I wonder if we have our 25 dirt for that quest. We'll check after we finish this gravel. I don't think we really have a use for gravel other than we could multiply dirt if we wanted to. Hold on, before we use it all, let's check. We got our 25. Okay, you can multiply dirt if you need to in your world by making coarse dirt. So 2 dirt and 2 gravel makes 4 coarse dirt. And then if you take your coarse dirt and place it down and hoe it, that then becomes regular dirt, and you can duplicate your dirt with this process. Now, I don't know if Ultimine will allow you to Ulta-hoe, I guess is what they would call it. I don't know. Thundercats hoe? I mean, something like that, maybe. Ooh, we got some more flint from our sieving. That's nice. We'll put up our sticks, put up some cobble. All right, so, but then we just hoe this down. Ooh, let's see. Yes. Oh, you can hoe it all the way to there. That's fine, though, because then we can just... And it takes it to farmland, which also is the same as dirt. Nice. More flint for our mesh reward. Did we get more string for our string mesh? We did. How much string did we get? 11. We can make 1 more mesh, which makes our sieving go even faster. We probably want to try and get up to 4 meshes at some point. But, you know, I'm not going to stop the Speedy Gonzalez progression here just to, you know, grow a tree. When it grows, we will silkworm it and let it spread. And then here we go. Gravel. We got to be getting close to the quest progression for the number of chunks required. I do believe you can operate up to a 9x9 of meshes connected together. But hopefully we aren't going to have to sieve forever, because most people at this point are kind of to the point where they hate having to sieve for resources. And I am kind of one of them. I did not necessarily realize, I guess I saw them having to do it, but I did not realize it was going to be this heavy on the front end for getting resources in this pack, but it's not been too bad so far. All right, did we complete our quest? We did not. We need more copper, which more copper, more iron, more lead, and more osmium. Yeah, we need a lot more. So here's what I'm going to do. Ooh, we got a bunch of compressed gravel. Heck yes. Okay, 36 more gravel right there. I may have to hammer some more down. I guess the goal would be, what does it take to upgrade to iron? Because iron, I'm sure, gets us better resource gain. So let's look at uses on the iron mesh in the sieve. What does it get us from gravel? Higher chance for pretty much everything from crushed deep slate. Yes. Okay. So higher chances. So what does it take to make an iron? So if we take our 1 ore chunk we've gotten here and we go to uses on it, 4 of them makes an iron ore, and an iron ore we can smelt into an iron ingot. Do we get the ability to get regular iron at any point? Do we have any kind of way of multiplying this? So we do have raw iron, which comes from where? World Gen? Okay, it is a drop. All right, so do we risk mining this iron ore, or do we smelt it directly so that we have 1 and we can upgrade 1 mesh? That is a good question. I say we gamble. Let's gamble and take our pickaxe and break it. And we still only got 1. And does this have any uses? Ooh, ore hammers will duplicate it. We don't have enough resources of any kind for making an ore hammer to duplicate it with. So that's really kind of trivial. But, you know, it was worth a shot. We could have, I guess, potentially gotten more, or no, you don't get more without fortune. I am not sure. Honestly, that's a question I don't know the answer to, but let's get ourselves an iron. And I think what I'll do is I will take out these other meshes and we will work with just one iron mesh. How do I get it out? I can pick it up. If I break it, does it give it to me? Okay. I'm sure there's a way to take those meshes out without having to break it, because that seems, you know, basic, but it looks like shift right click picks it up, and breaking it only takes a second anyways. So we could probably change what we use for the carry-all mod or whatever, and that would fix that. Did I overlook it? Is it 4 iron? Oh my gosh, it's 4 iron. So we need way more iron before we can make it that way. Did we get any iron from the quest reward we just got? Simulation chamber, give me iron. No, okay. Give me iron. Nope. All right. So like I was saying, I am going to sift a bunch more gravel. I'll be back when we have enough to proceed with the quest line. Alrighty, there we have it. We finally got enough of our ore chunks, which gives us blocks of all of our resources, which you kind of can use pretty much everything but the iron. It looks like it wants you to get up to 25 iron ingots to get some extra compressed materials. So we're probably going to go as sparing as we can on the iron, but that took me a minute. I did sieve some dirt because you get pebbles from that, and that got me enough gravel most of the way. I also learned that you can hammer down all of your other pebbles into gravel too. So your andesite, your diorite, your whatever the other one is, all of them, they can all be hammered down. So I put all those out, hammered all of it down, made us another mesh, and now we have enough chunks to do our quest completion right here to get our iron ore chunks. Things we need to get into. Water. So we were making water in this crucible. We're going to make ourselves an infinite water source before we use this water for anything. So we need to put a little bit more leaves into this one to get ourselves a little bit more water going. So I'm going to feed this in and get us our second bucket. Then we'll have an infinite water source and we'll be able to move on to making things like clay. There's a lot of other things going on here. The iron hammer is just going to last longer. I don't know if it allows us to hammer compressed materials. I think we have to get into compressed hammers down here, which, yeah, okay. So we make a wooden hammer, surround it with 9, and then that makes a compressed stone hammer. Okay, so that's down here in the quest line. Although it looks like we could make one now before we get that far. But, you know, the oak compressed sieve, drop rates look about the same. So it may be slightly marginally better, but I really want to kind of work through some of the rest of this progression to get over here into just dire things. Looks like we unlock some mystical agriculture. But the main thing, like next goal is within any kind of skyblock pack, is we need some kind of cobble gen. And I'm guessing, yep, there we have it. Stone cobble generator. So we're going to need compressed cobble, compressed gravel, and a water bucket and a lava bucket. Okay, so that's going to take us right over in here. So we're going to need to do some immersive materials here. We're going to need to make sandstone, some bricks, kiln bricks, and then that's going to give us some of our coke bricks as a reward for the quest line there. Funny, when I click on that, it doesn't give me a crafting recipe. Is there not a crafting recipe for coke bricks? Okay, there are. I don't know why it wouldn't take me there from there. So we're going to need to make up the rest. I'm guessing that quest line is going to walk us through the rest of that. One other thing we could do here is it looks like it only gives us 1 block of copper. But if we were to use enough copper, let's check on those hammers. So the copper hammer from all the ores is just 2 copper blocks and any wooden rod, so a stick. So if we were to take our copper and we were to craft this into chunks, it's still not going to give us enough for the hammer just yet. We're not going to be able to make our first hammer. Wait. Do we have, how much platinum do we have? Because I saw that coming in, right? Or did we not get platinum yet? We did not get platinum yet. What? That's all the ores, right? Let's see, hammer. What are our options? Copper, iron, bronze, invar, and platinum. Okay. So we're going to be a little ways away from making our ore hammer unless we get some more block quest rewards in here. We get a block of diamond there. No more blocks there. Yeah, it's not looking like it. Okay. So ore duping is a little ways in the future. You know, not that huge of a problem. Here we go. There is our second bucket. Now, the reason we want the bucket is if we take dust. Is it dust? Nope, it's not dust. It must be sand. We take sand, we put it in the barrel, or is it the crucible? One of these two, we're going to make clay. So let's look at that recipe, right? So it wants us to make clay, which we get from clay balls, which we get from clay blocks, which comes from barrel mixing dust and water. Oh, it wants the water first. Okay. So if we put water in the barrel. Oh, great. Now we've got to wait on the rain to fill the barrel. Come on, rain. You can do it. The irony, right? Can I go sleep, maybe? Oh, God. No, let's go sleep. We ought to bring our bed up there, although I kind of want to move a lot of this stuff in here because we're supposed to be escaping from prison, but I guess maybe that's the yard. I don't know. I don't feel very much like I'm escaping from prison. I feel like I'm playing a skyblock. So I may move the base in between episodes back into the inside. I will not make you guys watch that in this episode, but I will have made a decision, so I won't say let me know in the comments, but you can still tell me how you feel and what your thoughts are on it. Down there, it's great for the algorithm. All right, we're going to break this barrel because it's only got half a bucket, and we can't fill it with half a bucket. And here we go. So now we put the bucket, and we need the dust. And that is going to give us clay. Oh my gosh, that almost popped over the edge. Okay, I really liked it better when you were right there. So can we put a dust block there and then use you to place the barrel? Yeah, there we go. All right, I like that better over the water because then we got a little bit of room before it jumps out. So we're going to need to make up a good bit of this clay. I'm going to sit here and just repeat this process of water and dust to get us our clay. And I will be back once we have enough for all of the bricks and everything else that we need for the quest line. So let's take a look at how much that is that we need to get going. We're going to need to make a porcelain crucible, which takes porcelain, which is 1 clay and 1 bone meal per, and we need 8 of those. So that's 8 clay, which is 2 clay balls. And then we need 25 clay balls for over here, along with 8 more bricks. So 25 and 8 is 33. So 33 and another 8 is going to be 41. We need, plus these kiln bricks, which is 8 of those. So we need 8 kiln bricks at 2 bricks a piece. So that's 16 more for 41, and 16 is 56. So it looks like we're going to need about a stack of clay balls. So I'm going to sit here and work on this. I might see, actually, we could probably do it right here. I can't bucket that out. But what we could do, if I break that and I grab it back out, I should be able to put the dust in here, and that won't go in until I take our water bucket and put the water bucket in, and then it should pull our clay in. There we go. We can use our same setup, and then we don't have to worry about the clay jumping anywhere or anything like that. Let me go ahead and just clear this one out over here. We will pick this barrel up so it's not in our way. I'm going to sit here and get us the stack of clay balls we need, and then we'll move on. All right, there we have it. There's actually a sweet spot that I can stand right here, and I was able to just bucket, place, and it went pretty dang quick. So our inventory is getting full for now, and we are going to need some more of those chests that we put inside, or we're going to need to move things inside. I'm going to try to make it to the end of this episode without having to do it. Let's start with our 8 kiln bricks that it tells us we need, or 8 bricks it needs, so that we can get the quest credit for those 8. And then we're actually going to need a total of 16 to make the kiln bricks. So we'll go ahead and get those 16 going, just trying to be careful with our resources and make sure we get through everything we need to get through. Then we are going to need the porcelain clay. So if we take out that and we put in our porcelain clay, there we go. Pull it into our inventory in case we need quest credit. That's going to get us, oh, we only needed 7, made 1 extra. That's going to get us an unfired crucible. We're not getting quest credit because we just need to fire it. Okay, so waiting on our furnace. Do we have any more of this? We do. I'm going to make another furnace because I'm impatient. Got a lot of updated issues I'm seeing here where it's not updating my inventory. We do have tiny coal and tiny charcoal in the pack, so make sure early game, while resources are tight, you're utilizing that so you get your 1-to-1 without wasting any of your resources. And where did our porcelain clay balls go? Oh, we made them into the crucible. There we go. All right, so going to fire up that crucible. There's our 8 bricks. We have sand, so we need to make sandstone, which is there. 1, 2. All right, and then the sandstone we combine with the bricks to make our kiln bricks. And then like this. And that gets us 2. And we are going to need, what was it, 8? So we need, how many more of these? What was it, 6 more? Put that sand away. This is why it's crucial to like look at your quantities on all these quests and try not to make too much of anything. Like I just overmade our kiln bricks for the quest credit, but I don't think it's going to give us enough to make the whole kiln, because the whole kiln, oh, this kiln is only 8, isn't it? All right, so this kiln, let's go inside. All right, this kiln, do we want to be in here? It's kind of cut off and the guards are watching me. Let's go back in here. So let's set up our immersive area over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And we're going to need an immersive engineering hammer, which takes, what is it, 1 iron, some string, and some sticks, right? So if we look up hammers, how are we doing on time? We're getting close, Wooly. Getting close. Did you get anything done or did you ramble? Any rod and 2 iron ingots. Okay, so iron ore chunks. There we go. Oh, we got a whole block of iron. So let's save our chunks for now. Let's break up our block. And then now we should be able to make our engineer's hammer. We just need 2 sticks. We don't have any sticks. How do we not have sticks? Okay, there we go. Engineer's hammer, presto. All right, and then now, if we come back in here, we can make our kiln. All right, right? There we go. So this allows us to alloy metals. We'll be able to make bronze and various other metals in it. It wants me to click here to how to make a coke oven, and we need 27 of these, which we got, how many from the quest? We got 12. So we're going to need a few more crafts of those. Let's head back out where our materials are and see what it takes for us to get to that. So we need recipes for these. We are going to need some bricks, which we were smelting some of. I don't know that this is enough, but we will see. And then we need sandstone for the middle. Let's stack up those clay balls to free up inventory space. And then recipes again for coke bricks. Let's click it all in and see what we get. All right, we're up to 18, so we need another few crafts. So we're going to need some more of these clay balls smelted up. We'll split them between the 2. I wonder if the sink is in here. And is it an infinite water source? Sink. Yes, 3. Oh, we got to get into plastics. Ugh. Yeah, okay. So we're a minute away from that, but there is a sink for an infinite water source. Hopefully, just not something we're going to get to right now. Let's take one more of these stacks because 4 times 3 is 12, and that makes 30. So 12 more makes 30. So, yeah, we could actually take that and then one more. Cool. How many more of these do we need? We need enough for 3 more crafts, so we're going to need 4 more. And now, porcelain crucible. This one is important because unlike there, we are going to be able to put it on top of here, and then we are going to be able to make lava with stone. I think we've got some cobbled deep slate, which should work, and we're going to fill this up, and it's going to take it a minute, but we will end up being able to get our first bucket of lava from right there. That combined with some water, and we're going to need a bunch more cobblestone and gravel. So I'm going to have to punch this dirt block a lot or sift some dirt, which we get from leaves. I don't know. It's probably going to be some combination of all of that I will do in between episodes. And we will hopefully start the next episode with creating our first automatic cobble gen. I really hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. It's a lot of fun for me. Like, I'm having a good time. I love starting a new pack, trying to figure out what their intended progression for us is to get through everything that we need to get through to progress so that, we can, in this case, get out of the simulation chamber. Because I have a feeling there's going to be another quest that shows up once we finish that. So we've got a good ways to go to get out of the simulation chamber here and to, get out of jail or whatever it is we go to next. And I'm excited to find out where all of this takes us. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, ring that bell for notifications, and we'll see y'all next time.